You know, most of the European players are very good shooters. And they're fundamentally sound and they've been well coached. I think the one thing that the American colleges and universities are looking for is, are the European players, are they going to be physical enough? The game in America is very fast, very physical, and the players have to be prepared for that. You have to have a variety of skills. You have to be able to do it on both the offensive and defensive end. And of course the transition game, both transition offense and transition defense is important. So it's hard to just to narrow it down to what's the most important skills. All skills are important, but really common sense on the court, having a good mind for the game, and being extremely competitive. And then of course at the end of the game, having poise. Those are all important things. It's hard to separate them out. Players need to be prepared for what they're going to face when they get to America. And that's kind of why we've started the programs that we've started to help kids to transition. These are very skillful, they're very excellent basketball players, but they just need time to be able to transition. That's what we're doing at DME in Florida, is we're giving them a year to prepare for the demands of the university system. You know, I've worked at 3 major universities. I worked at Marquette, I worked at Indiana, and I worked at Oklahoma. I can tell you that when kids come, when young players come over to to enroll as scholarship athletes, they're going to have no free time. They're going to have incredible academic demands. They're going to have incredible athletic demands, basketball demands. And so, many of them are not prepared for that, and they get homesick. They miss their former lives. And so it's important that they know what they're getting into so that they can withstand those demands and those pressures, because there's a lot of pressure on these kids when they do come over. And again, this is what we try to teach them and prepare them for, because these are talented kids that could be successful, but if they jump in too soon without being prepared properly, they can fail. When I first got into the NBA, and you had a very high draft pick, let's say in the top 10. One of the rules of thought was, don't pick a foreign player, okay? Because the risk of failure was too high. Well, guess what? That's no longer the case. All I need to do is mention the name Dirk Nowitzki, one of the great players in the history of the game. Foreign players, including obviously Gallinari, right here from Italy. They've made huge impacts in the NBA. And the NBA, look at the South America, the Argentinian players, Ginobili, who will eventually, join Nowitzki in the Hall of Fame. I was able to coach Arvydas Sabonis, one of the great players of all time. So foreign players have made their mark in the NBA, and they are absolutely excellent basketball players. This is excellent. This is absolutely excellent. And when I look at the games here, I would say that the only thing that I would make sure that these kids would really concentrate on is take ownership of your game. Be a student of the game. Don't rely solely on what the coaches are preparing for you, although that's extremely important, but take control of your own destiny by practicing. If you have ever read stories about Larry Bird, he spent not hours with a coach, he spent hours with a basketball and himself on the playground from morning until late into the evening.